One.
Praise the Lord. This is Prophet Jack coming live to you, to the whole world, and to the whole of this America. I just wanted to begin to come to you live in the spiritual realm when a story inside of the Bible, because I prophesy to people all across the country, all across the world, travel all around the world, 42 weeks out of 52 weeks. But I want to tell you all something. Noah was building an ark. And while Noah was building an ark, everyone was beginning to criticize until they were laughing at him. They were having fun of him because he was building that ark. And he warned them and tell them that, hey, it's time for them to get right. They said if they don't come in the ark, many of them is going to die and many of them is going to drown. But many people did not listen to Noah. It's the same thing that is happening in New York City. I want to begin to more or less give a prophecy to New York City and everybody in New York City. In the next 4 years, if you don't get out from that place called New York City is going to be destroyed. If your governor Patterson signed that bill about same-sex marriage, it's going to be one of the most dangerous things that you could ever begin to ever happen in New York City. God did not make Adam and Steve, but God made Adam and Eve. God never designed same-sex marriage. God never designed man to be friendly with another man or a woman to friend with another woman. God always said a man's supposed to marry a woman. Marriage is defined by God, and no one could begin to change it. And when Patterson could begin to put his stamp on and said he's going to sign a bill which is same-sex marriage, he causing danger across America. He causing danger across New York City. It will be just like New Orleans when New Orleans began to stuff their nose up on God and they think that God will not begin to do nothing and the judgment of God began to take place in New Orleans. It's the same thing going to happen. I'm warning the people in New York City. The next 4 years you better get out because God is going to bring devastation to that place called New York City. This is the prophet that is speaking to them and telling them that to warn Patterson, do not sign that same-sex marriage because God is going to judge New York City. God is going to put a stamp on New York City. I'm just speaking as a prophet to the nation. You may say, just don't mind me, just begin to go about, don't study him. But I'm telling you right now, I've prophesied many things all over the world. I've prophesied to men and women of God, and things begin to happen. Don't begin to more or less begin to discard this thing. I'm speaking to the people of New York City. I'm coming to you live in the spiritual realm that God said that if Patterson signed that bill with same-sex marriage, God will judge New York City in the next 4 years. May God bless you and heaven smile upon you. We having a great conference that is coming up in Houston, Texas. It's going to be awesome. Pastors from all over the world, pastors from all over the city, all over the state will be coming to a place in Houston, Texas where we will be having our great conference called Breaking the Crisis, Blessing the Nation through the power of Reformation. God is going to reform America. God is going to take America back to its original place where it will be a God-fearing place and it's not a chaos place. This place, America, was once a place where man and woman could live and they understand the principles of God. They understand what the founding fathers have said, and now we're trying to change everything. But I could tell you right now, we don't have to worry because the Bible said that no weapon that is formed against us shall prosper, and everyone that rise up against us will be condemned. The Bible said if he find righteous people in a nation, he will save this nation. And because of righteous people in the nation, God will hold his hands and he will begin to save this nation. May God bless you and may heaven smile upon you from the prophet to the nation, Prophet Stanley Jack.